Okay, the stream stopped and started, so I guess I'll just start over. Yeah, so we're gonna play custom Druid on the Asia server to start. The deck is pretty standard, kind of like rampy. You got Chillwind, Senjin, a Faceless, Boulder, Stormwind, Ironbark, and then you got your Innervates and your Wild Growths to get there. A couple draw cards here, and then some small minions, one heal. It should be okay. I think it actually probably do pretty good on low levels, so we'll see how that goes. Hopefully we don't get wrecked too hard. I'm gonna play probably. This seems a little loud. Probably play like do the quests on this server, and then do quests on the American server. Play some mage games on the NA server, and then play ranked if I have time at the end. All right, I'm gonna drop. It's Hunter. I'm gonna try to get some minions. So on 2, I can play Wild Growth on 1, which would be pretty solid. I don't need Starfall. Swipe I'm gonna keep just in case he has like Hunter and stuff, like Leash the Hound and stuff like that. Novice Engineer is probably pretty good too in this scenario. So I'm definitely gonna coin. I'm actually gonna coin into Novice Engineer instead of Wild Growth first, just because I still don't have like the minion. All right, that's fine. So I'm gonna Wild Growth on the next turn. Unless I draw Chillwind Yeti. Chillwind Yeti or Senjin are probably the only plays where it'll make me. Okay, does that go to her? Okay, that's not okay. That's okay. So I just cycled her for basically. And that's okay too. I'm not really worried about. It looks like it's like a face hunter. So I'm actually just gonna start ramping. Just because I know I have swipe, and if it's like a bunch of little 1/1 cards, I can just swipe his face. So not too worried yet. All right, so there's a second one. So next turn, so we do know it's face, so we know we're gonna probably start taking a lot of damage. So we're actually just gonna swipe and stop all of the damage. Next turn I can go River Croc with the Shattered Sun to get a 3/4. That's pretty strong. Or if he doesn't play any real strong minions, I can do another Wild Growth. Also, if I draw into like a 7 mana minion, I can innervate it. And I still have some removal left. Alright, so he's gonna start digging. Alright, so Animal Companion. You got the Charge guy, which actually isn't great for me. So I'm actually 1 turn away from the Ironbark Protector. So I'm actually going to drop my minions. Get some board presence. And then on 6 I'm going to drop Ironbark Protector. I'm assuming, oh, he could have Hunter's Mark. That's probably his best way to get rid of it, but right now we're okay. Alright. So he's using his removal not to my face, but to my creatures. So that's actually probably okay for us. Because he could add an extra 7 damage on us, and the 1/1 wouldn't have done really anything. So. Alright, so he's going to go to my face. So that's okay. Obviously we're going to clear the board. Well, clear that, and then innervate out the Ironbark Protector. We're just hoping he doesn't have a Hunter's Mark. That would be pretty bad for us. And from this point on, we can remove small creatures with like Claw, and I mean, so we can use Starfire. We can also use Starfire as a finisher too. Right now, next turn looks like a. All right, so that's gonna be 4 or 3. because it's not a beast. I'm interested to see what this secret is. I'm gonna drop, see if it's snipe. It could be the, oh boy. Alright, so I'm gonna take 8. It's gonna be hurtful to my face. But I have 14. I'm actually gonna use the claw just to get the 2 armor. I'm really hoping he does not have another misdirection, because that would be really bad. Alright, so he had 2 misdirections. We think. So we're gonna use the 6/6. If this is misdirection, that's just really bad luck. Okay, it's explosive trap, so that's not too bad for us. So we're gonna be able to deal 18. We definitely want to use the armor, and then we're actually gonna draw. Okay, so and then deal 1. So if you can't deal 6 damage straight to my face, which potentially could, if he has a beast in his hand with like the hunter, the claw, but he doesn't. Good. It was actually really lucky that the misdirection hit us. We should have went for him first and then dropped the creature. If we would have hit the creature, I potentially could have lost, which wouldn't have been great. We got through it and we won that one, so that's good. Alright, this hand's not atrocious. We would want some innervates or some wild growths. Acolyte of Pain's probably going to be pretty good for card draw. Sension's probably actually not going to be great because it's probably going to power word Pained. So I'm actually going to drop him too. Those weren't great either. Iron Bark Protector will probably get... Oh, okay, well that's a little bit better. Innervating out the Acolyte of Pain probably isn't worth it. There's a lot better targets for Innervate, so I'm just gonna hold my hand, and then next turn, depending on what I get, I'm just gonna go for his face. I don't want to hit her because what I'll do is just heal her and then pump it, and then hit me in the face. Actually, attacking him was actually wrong, because now he can heal himself. So that was a mistake that I wasn't paying attention or thinking about. Looks like he's thinking about coining, but he didn't. Alright, so I'm going to drop Acolyte of Pain this turn. What he could do here is he could run her into him and then heal her to become a 5/2. I probably have to remove that with swipe actually at that point. Unless I'm okay with taking 5 damage. That is not a very good use of swipe though, but I don't see any other choice really. I could drop the Shattered Sun straight up and see if they could trade. Then I could potentially take 5. Now I'm just gonna swipe. Misplay in the first play where I gave him the heal target was actually a pretty big mistake. And now that I just wasted the swipe because I made the mistake on that first play, I'm in kind of I'm overall in a pretty bad spot. Alright, Sentry's actually a pretty good top deck here. Because he's going to be able to stop all the damage incoming. Unless he has Shadow Word Pain, which is what we kind of figured when we started. But it would stop this and this. There's really not a lot of buff cards that Paladin can play except for the shield. So I'm not worried about these getting like crazy strong. Alright, he's going to Thought Steal. It's actually probably, I mean, there's some cards in the deck that I don't want him to Thought Steal. But the fact that both the Iron Bark Protectors are in my hand means that he couldn't have Thought Stealed those, so that's not too bad for us. Alright, so she's going to make him a 7/7. Yeah. See, the swipe's really a big loss now. Since we can't, well, we can take but we're going to innervate out the Iron Bark. If he doesn't have a Shadow Word Pain, we'll probably be okay. Otherwise, he's going to come with the 7/4 here and then clear it. But we are going to get rid of that buffed minion. So, nope, he has Shadow Word Death. So that kind of stinks on ice for us. And he took one of our Wild Growths. It's actually really good with that. We do have another swipe that we'll probably need to draw. That early mistake just basically lost the game. There's no other way around that. I'm gonna try to get the swipe. I didn't get it. Pretty sure I lost. I'm gonna buff this. Yeah. I'm just gonna see it. I really messed up at the beginning. That was really bad of me. Losing the swipe right away was bad. Bad, bad, bad. Alright, Power of the Wild, Saturn Cleric isn't too bad here. And Claw. We assume, again, that this guy's probably aggro because it's just low level play, and that deck's cheap, and getting that's really good. Having Claw to remove like the 3/2 is actually really good. I'd be really surprised if he was handlock. Alright, so he's thinking about playing, nope. He's thinking about playing one of the cards he mulliganed, or the card he drew. He mulliganed these two. And this was his fourth card. And this is the coin. Alright, yeah, so it's definitely aggro. I'm actually not going to play Power of the Wild. Just because he's going to get picked off right away, and I can remove that pretty easily. So, like, next turn, I can do Claw, remove this, and then Power of the Wild. So I'd rather take the one, like, just trade health. If I'm going to be a 29, he's going to be a 29? Okay. So if he comes at my face, then I can play 2 cards here. Alright, cool. So that actually ended up going really well. So I'm going to Claw away that. Summon the 3/2 Panther for next turn. I don't think he's actually aggro. I think he's some kind of weird mid-range deck now that I look at it, because he should have played a card last turn and he didn't, so. If he was aggro, not with 2 mana. Alright, or I could just keep being completely wrong today. Alright, so I'm just gonna buff and take him down to 20. In order to kill both minions, he's gonna have to trade, which for aggro you're not gonna want to trade. And since I know by like 6 I'm gonna have huge minions out, I'm gonna be okay. Yeah, so he's just gonna trade, which I'm okay with. However, I have a... Oh, he's not gonna trade because he top decks Drain Life. And he has a Mortal Coil. Alright, so that was a little unlucky for us. The real problem here is on 5 we have a dead turn unless we draw something. We don't want to use Starfall yet. So Starfall is actually a pretty good draw because it looks like doesn't have too many like over 2 health minions, so he's gonna have like a bunch of 2 and 1 healths. So Starfall is gonna be really key later, clearing the board. Alright, so that's okay. We're just gonna... Yeah. He's gonna play Boulderfist Ogre. If he ignores the Boulderfist Ogre next turn, on 5 we can Starfall the entire board probably. And then on 8 we can play Iron Bark Protector, excuse me. And then that will pretty much set us up to win. If he does spend all of his minions to get rid of the 6/7, that's not terrible for us either. So... Alright, so he's going to use Corruption on him. That's a little annoying, the 5/5, but... Since we know we can't clear both, and we know we're going to take 5 for sure, so that will put us down to 12. We want to deal damage and clear the board, so we're going to use Starfall. We put down to 14. 5 plus 8. I'm gonna play River Croc instead of using the hero power. I think we're gonna have to worry about clearing his board later. So like we might have to use Starfire next turn instead of Iron Bark Protector. Potentially. It really depends. I'm not totally sure if that's upsetting. Alright, so that's kind of bad luck. Alright, that doesn't matter too much, I don't think. Alright, Chillin' Yeti's okay. I think I need to get rid of that big damage creature. So I'm going to Starfall and see what I draw. Alright, so Sungeon's a little late, but... Alright, so we're going to take 4 this turn, so at least. So we'll be down to 9. It looks like Iron Bark Protector for sure next turn. And then we have the Sungeon this turn after that. Alright, so... That's okay, actually, unless he has another Soulfire, which he does not. Okay, that doesn't really matter. Alright, so we really just need him not to top deck a Soulfire and or Hellfire. Right now, he can't actually get through all 8 of that damage. Next turn, we can do Sungeon and then Faceless Manipulator and put another 10 damage he has to go through out. Alright, yeah, so he's looking for the Soulfire. Oh, that's actually really bad luck for us. Alright, so it doesn't look like he has Soulfire. Did he pass? Alright, him passing there I think was a huge mistake. Because that gives me enough mana to create another one. Alright, so we're still just hoping he does not draw a Soulfire. Oh, he didn't even dig yet, so he probably... Okay, well... Oh, don't. Well, he's got to go 5 here, and then 8 here, so that would be these two, probably. And then I'm gonna I'm still gonna have the 5. Oh, what? Does that mean he doesn't kill the Iron Bar Protector? Or does he have something else? Because now he only has 6, oh, he has 7 if he clears everything. Yeah, I'm not sure why he didn't just Hero Power to see if he drew Soulfire first. Alright, so we're gonna draw first. Alright, Nat Peggle doesn't really help us. But the second Iron Bar Protector helps us a lot. He can still remove 1, if not. Oh, I drew Soulfire. No? I drew Hellfire. And he drew Soulfire. Either he's just bad mannering me, because that was really bad. What? He could have cleared the board easily. He could have just ran them down to 3. Okay, well, you know, Bay Life and whatever. Because he could have attacked with his minions and then used the Hellfire. I'm not sure why he didn't. But we'll take the win. And be okay with it. Oh, what? Alright, so Nat Peggle is good pre first. I can instead of summon the Nat Peggle, which is okay. And then I'll drop Healing Touch and Ogre. Alright, that's not a terrible hand. Oh, Captain, cool. Alright, so I'm gonna coin out Peggle. Just to hope he doesn't have removal for it. And hope we can get some card draw for him. Plus if he uses like Earthshock on Peggle, we're kind of okay with it. Alright, he's not gonna use Earthshock. Alright, so that's... Alright, so over 1 on Peggle. We assume he can't deal with it. At this point, we're gonna make it a 1/5 this turn, unless you can magically deal with it. Okay, yeah. So that actually increases Peggle's value. Oh, that's some pretty sick synergy, though. He's gonna heal it every time. So that's only gonna stay up 1 turn, and that's gonna go. But I'm gonna cleanse the Sunwell. Over 2 on Peggle, by the way. We're just gonna get rid of that for now. Alright, so Tonto isn't great for us. It's just... Alright, I was gonna play Swipe, but actually, since there's only really 2 damage on the board, playing Senjin here is okay. And actually I had another Senjin. I wasn't even paying attention in my head, but that's pretty good. Because now I mean, he's gonna drop another health, so we'll go down to 1-2, and then pop another one out. So we'll be at 1-3 still, and then Senjin into that's pretty okay. Alright, so he's gonna kill that off. Alright, so now I definitely next turn, is he gonna kill that one too? Okay. Oh, she's gonna die though. That was actually, I think, from this. Oh, she's not gonna die. This is I think but there's no real better time to swipe here. Yeah, I'm gonna swipe. It's only just the healing totem, which I'm okay with. On 6 I can play Ogre Fist, or the other Senjin in Hero Power. Or the Yeti in Hero Power too. Alright, I'm gonna play the Ogre Fist. I'm gonna want to try to get rid of this as quickly as possible. Hopefully he doesn't have a lot of spell cards in his hand, otherwise we're gonna just kind of run out of control here. Oh, that was the worst possible card he could have had for us. We need to draw the second. Drawing the second swipe would be the best for us. The taunt totem does not really help either. Yeah, a lot of bad luck is happening for us. He had like the perfect hand to deal with our board. Really need a swipe. Well, the second swipe, so probably not likely to get it. And I can't put out the 6/6. Like, I gotta put out the Yeti, and he's just gonna die immediately. Actually, no, another ogre. That's okay. The problem is I can't get through that stupid taunt totem. I need one more mana, which I don't have. I'm gonna go play Ironbark the turn after though. He's gonna get. I don't have any board clear except for the 2. No, Starfall would be okay actually, as long as he can't remove the Yeti again, or as long as he. If you can't remove the Boulder Fist Ogre, I really want Starfall. I mean, he's got to have spell cards in his hand. Okay. Well, it doesn't remove him, which is okay. Unless... Alright, so he's going to take 6 to his face, which is okay, I guess. I'm going to take 6 to my face, though, which is not okay. Alright, so I'm just going to just drop the Iron Beak Protector. Again, he could take 8 to his face and lose a minion, which I'm okay with. What she's actually gonna do. He didn't have to, oh, I guess he did have to do that. I think I'm in trouble. I gotta get rid of that. Like the 6 damage, I just can't handle. I might have. I don't think I lost by doing that. Still only got 6. If he has 6 damage in his hand, then I did, and I made a huge mistake. But I will get to drop another taunt. Alright, doesn't look like they can kill me.
Pay attention, class.
Yeah, without dealing with the board. Man, it's a couple cards too late. But no. Alright, so I'm gonna kill the small ones, take everything else down to 2, and it actually gives that not a second target, and then so right now she'd have to run her into her, or her into him, in order to clear it. I think that saves me another turn. I'm not entirely sure. Why can't? That's weird. Alright, so he's got the air flame, and he has another hex. So that's his last hex, though, which is cool. And he has to come here and do 3, I think, was probably his best play. Oh, that's a problem. Swipe would be huge. I got 2 of them left. Swipe? No. I actually lose. No, as long as, yeah, he's just gotta go here and here. Yeah, alright. That was upset. The stupid Gadgetzin really messed us up, unfortunately. We couldn't get around it. Alright, this is actually a pretty decent hand. Depending on what she plays the first turn, I might cycle Novice Engineer, or just... Actually, I'll probably play Power of the Wild and cycle Novice Engineer on the second turn. But it really, again, it really depends what she plays in the first turn. Alright, so no Mana Worm pretty much means I'm free to put out a 3-2. So she can't just Fireball it. So she'd have to have like Frostbolt in her hand. Alright, so she's, I guess, planning on pinging it again on 3. Alright, I didn't draw an innervate for the Yeti or anything. Alright, so there's a swipe, which isn't too bad. Unfortunately, right now my turn 3 is a dead turn. However, her turn 3 is just going to be a fireball, so it's not terrible either. But like I said, this turn, oh, it's not a dead turn. I want to play Peggle. Hopefully we get a little Peggle RNG this time, since we went 0 for 2 or 3 last time, I think. And then we'll play Yeti next turn, for sure. She's gonna keep fireballing things, like her hand's gonna grow, but she can't play all of these cards for 5 mana. Alright, cool. And we got some RNG. Alright, so Starfall's pretty good too. Remove any like crazy big minions she would randomly have in her mage deck. Now she could remove this guy with a fireball, which wouldn't be terrible, because we have another one. What we really want to draw is an Innervate and get Storm and Champion out. That'd be pretty cool. Alright, so Mirror Image is not awful for us. Polymorph, why not? Alright, so that's one of her hard removals for big creatures. Which is fine. We're gonna chill one Yeti. Deal 1. And pass. We didn't get Peggle that time, but that's okay. So we have 2 like hard removals. We also have 9 direct damage to her face. Alright, cool. So actually a pretty good play here would actually be to swipe that and then get rid of the board. So we'd clear the board, plus she'd have to use 2 mana next turn on the Yeti. So she only really has 5 mana if she wants to straight up remove the Yeti, which is okay. We're going to be able to Storm and Champion next turn, which will give us a 2/2 sheep. It's pretty strong, I know. Alright, so yeah. So we effectively knocked her down to 5 mana. If she plays like a 5 mana creature, like if she had a Chillman Yeti or something, alright, we're actually okay with just ignoring that, I think. Alright, yeah, so we're gonna drop a Stormwind Champion. Worst case scenario, she fireballs it for 7, which would be 4 of her mana, which wouldn't be terrible for us. Again, we still have hard removal too. We actually have 12 or 10 direct damage in our hand, so if we can deal, and we doubt she can heal, so if we can deal 11 more damage, which we have 9 on the board, and we could go like Saturson, Pure Power, and deal, if he doesn't remove anything, and just deal that damage. Okay, so she fireballed, which is what we thought would happen. No, it's not a huge deal though. And 1 in the face. Alright, not a big deal. We're gonna use the other Stormwind Champion. We assume, right, that she probably can't deal with it again. We don't know for sure, obviously. But we can also Faceless Manipulator it next turn for 5, and then play Senjin, which would make this a 5/7 Senjin, and then we'd have 2 7/7s and a 2/7. She hasn't been able to use any of her spells on our face, too, which is pretty good tip for us. Also, Nat Peggle just sitting out there has actually been pretty good for us. Oh, wow. Alright, that's not great, obviously, for us, but it's not terrible. So we're going to do Ascension, and then buff it,
Runs the sun well.
and then hit him in the face. Again, we're still just 9 away from killing her, so we do another swipe. So, and she just used some of her she just used one of her AOE removals, because she had no other way to deal with the 6/6. So we assumed that she doesn't have a way to deal with the 4/6. Well, we assumed that we could potentially be wrong. All right. All right. The toss dingo there probably isn't great for us. But we can remove it, which is what we'll do. We'll get the card draw, see what we draw. River Croc isn't great. But we can start drawing cards. So now we gotta deal 10. We can still deal with all of her. Like, I still don't know if she can deal. Okay, so she's gonna try to draw to find a way to deal with Senjin without throwing his face into it. So these are the 2 cards she drew. Alright, so oh wow. Alright, so she had to use Frostbolt, which is okay. Oh, he killed that, wow. Alright, so we got Starfall, which would kill 2 of his minions. But we'll Wild Growth first just to see what we draw. Remember Protector. Alright. So she's only got 7 damage on board. So she'd have to kill all of her minions and use Pyro Blast if she doesn't have a way to get rid of that. Which is fine. It actually might have been better to get rid of the spell power stuff. Alright. So that doesn't concern me too much. Okay, so she can't... Alright, so I'm gonna do 8 to her face. And then Faceless Manip that. And I only need 3 damage to her. Oh, wait, yeah. Oh, I screwed up. I shouldn't have done that. I could have actually won. I have 7 in my hand. That was a mistake. Alright, as long as she can't deal 30 this turn, through my 2 8/8s, we're going to win next turn with Starfall. Again, I really screwed that up. I didn't have to play the second 8/8. That was really bad. What I should have done is faced, and then done the 3, and then the Starfall. I didn't even need to do the 3, I only needed to do the 2, then the Starfall. So. There's a lot of magic. Spell damage. Yeah. It's a big arcane explosion. It's the biggest 5. I've seen one with Malagos that was bigger, but that was probably one of the biggest non-Malagos arcane whatevers I've ever seen. Alright, so I'm gonna take an 8 there. I can't go 100% for the win, but you know, whatever's. I'm gonna just healing touch myself. And then kill her. And I could have done 2 more damage. Yeah, I should have won on turn earlier. I missed lethal, which is pretty bad. I'm actually gonna look at something real quick, and then I'll be right back. So I'm gonna take a quick break, and then be right back. What do I have? I have 3 wins here. Yeah, so I need 2 more wins to do that. So yeah, I'm gonna take a quick break right now, and then come back and stream some more after. So.